Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I'm sitting here with Donovan, the recovering Democrat Sadiq, also known as the Black Yul Brenner and the Black something from outer space. I have other words I can use, but I will not because we're going to keep it PG. I'll tell you what, he already with the foolishness, okay? I had to already admonish him for some foolishness that he had going on just a second ago. Nevertheless, the purpose of the Demetra K Show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Also, thank you to my moderators, as you are the best to ever do it. Today, we're going to be talking about something of extraterrestrial means, I guess, where an expert says alien spaceship may be on the way to Earth to run some tests on humans. Hopefully it's Donovan and not me. Okay, they don't need to do no test on me, but we're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you a video. And Donovan, who is, I think, pretty familiar with outer space as anybody, I don't know. It's going to be a fun conversation, I think, more than anything. But, and I'll get to the comment section toward the bottom, depending on how many comments that we have. Donovan, how are you?
All right, I am doing great. It is 3 p.m. over here on the West Coast. That means it's Demetra K time on a Tuesday. As you guys notice, and you guys have probably noticed for a long time, I have pointy ears. So the secret is out. I am part Vulcan. You guys can see right there, the ears go straight up. And you know how you sisters are. Oh, he got pointy ears, girl. I can't date him. I can't do that with him. You know, these little things about guys, but they're doing. So from the land of Vulcan, we welcome you to the show.
Ears that we need pointy.
Gotcha. Welcome to the show. And again, I was admonished before the show started because I had a great graphic that was ready to go on the back here, but Demetra shot it down because she doesn't want the show tainted like that. But do us a favor, we've got a scrolling banner at the bottom, and I think this is a topic that it's a serious topic, but at the same time, it's a fun topic. If you guys believe in this stuff, all that other stuff, we got to lighten it up a little bit. The scrolling banner at the bottom where you can donate. Those of you guys have donated, we do appreciate you and thank you. It keeps these conversations going as we mix it up and we do different things. If you want to donate, you could do it by Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, cash, money order, however you guys want to do it. Also, do not forget to download the African Diaspora News Channel app, where you can keep up to date on what's going on in the African diaspora. So you can do that by Google Play, Apple Store, where you'll get great videos from Vicki Dillard, Demetra K, Brother Phil Scott, Wongel, and a lot of other contributors. And these are videos that you guys don't see on your algorithm on YouTube. This is original content stuff that is only specific to the members of the app. So if you want to subscribe, a year membership is usually the best way to go. But actually, a lifetime membership is the way to go. Because if you guys haven't noticed, prices keep going up and up and up. Dollar Tree went there yesterday. Things that were $1.25 is now $1.50 and more. And that's just the first price set. They're going to do a second price set after the $1.50. And the thing is, notice, we don't do nothing about it. We don't say nothing. You know, we don't do anything. And, you know, for them to do that with as cheaply as the stuff is over there, it's going to drive people back to Walmart and Target that don't already shop there already. So prices are going up. Lifetime membership is the way to go. I would strongly recommend that to you because no matter what happens, you're locked in at that price for the rest of your life. So that's a good thing. But this is a good topic, you guys. As you guys know, Donald Trump, in his first administration, established the United States Space Force. And the Space Force came out of the United States Air Force, which is where I came out of. And also, I am an Embry-Riddle graduate, which means we deal with aeronautics. That's our main specialty of our school. So part of the aeronautics program is there is some space applications to that, and you know how to fly and get there and do all these numbers and all this other stuff. One of my dreams was to be an astronaut. And no, Gayle King is not an astronaut, and any of those women that went into suborbit, they are not astronauts by the definition of what an astronaut is. So this is going to be an interesting conversation. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. The question is this, you guys. How many of you guys actually really knew or heard of this mothership, which is about 12 miles long, about the size of Manhattan, that is on a trajectory here toward Earth? all the space agencies on the Earth have said there is something very strange about this object, and it is traveling at 3,000 miles a second, approximately. So let's get into this, Dimitri.
Yes, indeed. I already see some of y'all with the foolishness with Donovan as well. So listen, I'm going to show y'all a snippet of a video from the man Avi Loeb. He's going to tell you a little bit about it, and then we're going to have a conversation. Do y'all believe that there is a spaceship that's coming this way? We've heard that there has been extraterrestrial happenings going on from a whole host of people from the Nation of Islam, and to the government finally saying, yeah, well, we know about those aliens after all. So here we go.
Whirling through our solar system is actually a nuclear-powered spacecraft sent by aliens to test how humans respond. That's what a noted astrophysicist believes might be the case, and he says an image from the Hubble telescope backs him up. Most scientists agree that the so-called 3I Atlas is a comet from another solar system. But Harvard scientist Avi Loeb claimed on this show a couple of weeks ago that it could actually be some type of alien technology. Now, that's a controversial opinion all on its own. But he's now going a step further, arguing that the 3I Atlas could be a nuclear-powered alien spacecraft. Loeb says the Hubble picture appears to show the object emitting its own light. The object also appears to lack something that all comets have in common, and that's a tail. So what is this thing exactly? Well, joining us now is Avi Loeb. He's the head of the Galileo Project, director of Harvard University's Institute for Theory and Computation. He's also the best-selling author of the book Extraterrestrial.
Well, thanks for having me. First, I should say that if the light that we observe from this object is reflection of sunlight, its size needs to be bigger than Manhattan Island, 20 kilometers or so. The timing of its arrival is perfect for that, with a likelihood of 1 in 20,000. And so I'm just saying we should observe it. It doesn't look like it's a random occurrence.
All right, so that was just a snippet of what he was saying. So basically, originally they said that the spacecraft or whatever it is, right, that has some, I guess, nuclear powers was supposed to be here by Christmas, but then it said November. Now they're saying that it's October, right? Again, it is traveling just under the speed of light from what they're saying. Now, of course, in a nutshell, because there's a lot of numbers and all this other stuff, I'm bad at math, but it's basically saying it doesn't look like it's like rocks or something like that. In a longer version, it would sound like he was saying it'd take another 10,000 years for it to be able to form something, for the rocks to form to do what that is doing. Now it's saying something like it has a tail, I think is what it's saying, denoting that it's something other than comets or things like that. Now, I've also seen a lot of other commentary about it, basically saying that if they tried to shoot it down or shoot something toward it, it's too far out, and I guess where it's positioned around the sun, that it'd be too hard to reach it. So it's also said that maybe they're coming to Earth to test how humans react, but like react to what, right? React to them, react to like what? And what part of Earth are you going to? That doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming to the United States, right? It could be going to Russia, it could be going to China, it could be going to, the motherland. Where exactly is it going? And why would it be going there right now? We've heard a whole host of theories about aliens and spaceships coming to Earth. We've heard a lot of people say, I have been abducted by aliens, or I saw a spaceship, I saw, something that wasn't human walking through my backyard or whatever it is, right? Now, of course, a lot of times those people are looked at as fools, or like, what was you, was you smoking something? Did you need to cut it in half? Because I don't believe you, right? Of course, I saw somebody else in there say, it could be demons. It could be a whole host of other things. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want to see neither one of them. I don't want to see no demons. I don't want to see no alien. I don't want to see none of them, right? But of course, we know that we are not the only ones here in the universe, right? Although humans, we think that we are. We think it's all about us. Some people say it's hubris, right? But I think by now there's been enough information out there to say, yeah, it ain't just us. Again, of course, in The Fall of America, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad talks about the mother plane, right? Talks about the mother plane. And of course, the United States government not too long ago said, yeah, there is a mother plane out there. And they described it to a T. As to how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad described it, right? So, a lot of times people too would make fun of, oh, ain't no mothership. Y'all gonna get beamed up by the mothership. Ain't no mothership out there, blah, 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 right? But, when a white man corroborates the story, then it's like, oh, you don't say, right? So we're going to have a conversation. I want to see what you guys think about this whole potential spaceship coming to potentially do something to people here. Donovan, what say you?
Well, I got a lot to say because, again, I'm a Trekkie, of course, and, we all see the science fiction movies. The funny thing is, it amazes me how people, I'm not saying we should panic and we shouldn't panic, but those of us that are not Second Amendment advocates and you don't practice your Second Amendments, you don't exercise your Second Amendments, how do you know that these aliens are friendly? How do you know that? Why does everybody think these aliens are going to come here and be like ET and want to be our friends and want to join with us and all this other stuff? What if they're like District 9? What if they're like Aliens, the movie? They just come in here to I don't want to get anybody into mass hysteria. So yeah, that's a good point, Dr. Irons there, Dr. Irons. I'm not trying to get into it, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, even though we only have bullets, isn't it better to be safe than sorry? Because if this species, if this is what it is coming here, it's obvious they have advanced technology. That's obvious. They might even have lasers, right? So, again, what are you going to do? Something's better than nothing. It's like having a prophylactic condom. I'd rather have it and not use it than to not have it and use my stuff. You know what I mean? So we got to think about that. But there are a few people that, we could bring up that have encountered aliens. How many of you guys a few years ago, that alien that was at the mall in Florida? You guys remember that? It was all on the news and stuff like that and whatever. And recently, a known Black prophet has said he experienced alien, not abduction, but interaction. Dr. Umar said he was slapped by a 3-foot alien. Now, we got to believe Dr. Umar because, like I said, that school is coming. We got to believe Dr. Umar. But he said he was slapped.
For real?
Yeah, he said he was slapped by a 3-foot alien when he was a child, or younger, a lot younger. He actually said that. So, for us to sit here and there's so much proof of alien interactions on Mars from that probe that they sent to Mars recently. They came back with organisms that was frozen in the Martian soil. So that tells you right there. But the reason why I think we need to bring this up, it goes to show you how strong our media is. They want you to concentrate what they want you to concentrate on and distract you. So what shocked me when I was talking to Demetra about it was the people who weren't even aware a spacecraft is on the way. I went to the commissary real quick earlier today, and I was talking to the lady at the door, and I said, hey, because I had my Spock thing. I didn't realize I had my Spock stuff on. She goes, why? What do you got that on for? I said, oh, we're doing a podcast, with about this alien ship. She goes, what alien ship? This is an older lady. We really got to start paying attention to what is going on around us, because it amazes me that we do not give a damn unless it affects us directly. And by the time we realize what is going on, it's too late. Just like in politics. You give us these crap ass candidates, and then when you find out these candidates ain't ish, then there's nothing we can do because they're stuck in there and they won't leave. Like I said, I'm an Embry-Riddle graduate. We talk about space travel. We talk about all these different engines and things that they're developing and stuff to get us out of here. Elon Musk, like I said, the rich people they're building stuff to get the hell up out of here. After they destroy the planet, they're getting the hell up out of here. But what do you guys think about alien, interactions and this craft, whatever it is that's coming this way? And by the way, a few years before this, NASA and a lot of space agencies said there was a probe that was orbiting the Earth for a while, and this probe was about the size of a football field. And I don't know if it's gone now or whatever, but they said there was a probe out there as well. So there's a lot of stuff out there that is very, very strange. And my question is, why? I know you don't want to make a mass panic, but at the same time, this information is in the news cycle. So why aren't more people aware of it?
Well, more people probably are not aware of it because they're just not paying attention. Now, is it actually, something that's coming to Earth? I mean, I guess it remains to be seen, right? For those who are skeptical and don't believe, you'll find out, right, in October, if that's what it is. But I see some people referencing that of the nation.
Yeah, no, it's not actually coming to the Earth. The trajectory of it is about 60 million miles close to the Earth. It's not actually going to come unless they're going to send the drone ships to come and invade, but the actual ship, the way its trajectory is, it's going to be 60 million miles off of the Earth.
Well, I've heard differing stories. I hope it don't come, because I don't know what they own. But Chapter 53 listed the mother plane by Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Portion of it says the mother plane, according to what has been described of it by the devil scientists, is capable of not only staying up for long periods of time, but is also capable of eluding the scientists. They want to attack and destroy it. Says, but if a plane did get close enough to attempt to carry out this purpose, it would be destroyed instead. The white man has learned that this is not a plane to be played with. Planes come out of the mother plane. Of course, we've heard again, them in the United States government, I think it was like maybe 2 years ago at this point, or a little bit longer, I don't know. They mirrored exactly what I just read to y'all. So I don't know, for those who say, oh, I don't believe in spaceships, this, that, and the other. Well, you got two very opposing entities, right? Nation of Islam. They're not in bed with the government and vice versa. They're both now saying the same thing, But again, we know when a white man said, then we get on board with, well, that do sound believable. So let me get into the comments, and hello to everybody. Hope that you're doing well. Now listen, Donovan. Sister Sunlight, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Poppy says Trump is I cannot stand you. I will not read that. Nothing. We're not talking about no Uranus out there in the sky. Okay, nothing to do with Trump's Uranus. JJ Mars, how you doing? You been to Mars? He says going to get a takeout order from Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. Bring me back a country girl. I think that's a number 8. Bring me back one of them. Gloria, how you doing? Says, how the hell you gonna miss a target that the same size as Manhattan? Red flags everywhere. Date change how many times? Yeah, well, again, it all remains to be seen. If something like that arrives into Earth or close to Earth, it remains to be seen. But yeah, they said it's rather large. So, Brother OG, he says some people say we originated from a different galaxy. Yes, that is true. That's been said. Brother Reggie says, I was high on some wacky tobacco once. I was so paranoid, I thought I had been abducted. You might have been, like that movie Fire in the Sky, I think it was. You might have been. Buckhorse, how you doing? Says, God, I hope they bring back Bernie Mac and Robin Harris, right? A whole lot of people. And, if you see my mom up there, bring her on back. One Unique, Monique, how you doing? Says, this sounds like some Elon Musk and Bill Gates mess. I mean, it may or may not be. Again, it all remains to be seen, but we've heard countless stories of people saying that they've had an interaction, right? An encounter, if you will, with aliens, and not the ones he's talking about, but the ones that come from outer space. But again, are we the only ones here? I think that's a question we really have to ponder. I know we think we all of that, right? But it'd be the same people who say they believe in God and all that, and the angels all up above. But the minute somebody talk about some other life outside of Earth, nah, that ain't right. But you believe in a God in the sky you ain't never seen, right? I'm just asking questions. I'm not trying to, I know that's a sensitive subject with a lot of people. My aunt, how you doing? You said spaceships are real, come through portals. I believe it. I mean, I'm definitely a believer. let's see. Mundo, how you doing? Says Captain Burnham, my captain. Donovan, who's your captain? Me. I tell Donovan what to do. Drop down and give me 20. Tahada, how you doing? Says, don't care about anything but my reparations. These people will do anything to not pay up. Well, maybe the aliens is coming to Earth to make them pay. Write the check. I'm tripping because I'm tired.
Or like that Richard Pryor comedy thing, you know, they're going to cordon this planet off because the white folks are doing so terrible to the illegals over here. They're like, okay, look, we ain't gonna mess with these white folks. Cordon this planet off.
Right. You ain't lying. Black Butterfly says, what could be worse? Really, you ain't lying. 48 TCO, how you doing? Says, I seen this UFO in 2004. Back then, we had payphones and they had government numbers listed on them. And I called the number for the UFO. And what happened? Mundo, it says, pew, 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 that part. Okay. Kimmy, he says, if they are 6-wave aliens, the Second Amendment ain't gonna help. Nah, it ain't gonna help nothing, right? Sunlight says, what make you think bullets can kill it? Well, that's what, again, humans think we the end all be all, right? As it said in No Country for Old Men, when he asked about Anton Chigurh, he said, what is he supposed to be, the ultimate badass or something? So, humans, especially white men, they think they the ultimate badass. But the aliens is like, hold my beer if they drink beer. All right, so let me skip down just a little bit so I could catch up. Who haven't I seen? Dan Steely, how you doing? What you laughing at? Let's see. Just kind of skip it down. Dr. JH, he says, and he said it 3 times. You're talking about Dr. Umar. Y'all crazy. Mini FBA, what's going on with you? Says, yeah, I heard Umar say that. So he really got slapped. I don't want to laugh because he might have gotten slapped by an alien. He might have. I don't know. Separation Nation, how you doing? Says, if it's a ship, then it's coming to deal with our oppressors. It's really his time is up. I think you're trying to say Trump sending troops to the cities to occupy and control our people. They have to worry, not us. You know what? I'm 1,000% with you. If they coming, I don't think they coming for us. I think they coming and say, hey, listen, we tired of y'all too. Norma,
it's a cookbook.
What's a cookbook?
The Twilight Zone to serve man.
Oh, listen.
Everybody was getting on the ship and he was like, wait a minute. Wait, it's a cookbook.
I hope they like mayonnaise. I hope they're allergic to seasoning. Okay. I hope they coming to get all the man. And speaking of mayonnaise, this may be off topic, but what's going on with the Cracker Barrel? Norma, how you doing? Says, when he was a younger child, he was slightly older today. He is slightly older today. An older child today. Okay, so you're talking about Umar. Brogu, how you doing? Says, if they are aliens, I hope they like black people. Beam us up and the hell with them folks. Yeah, like us in that way, but not like us, like you say, not putting us on the menu, right? Mars says Project Blue is where they plan on having a fake invasion as well, too. Okay. Original American, how you doing? Says, aliens ain't got ish on white folks. I welcome them. Ross says, hey, family. Says, thank you for explaining, Dr. Umar. That makes total sense. Yeah, that's the first time I heard it. Like I said, I don't see all of that. Maybe because I don't really hang out on the internet like that. I do, but I don't type of thing. As a friend of mine once said, I don't be that far into the weeds with a lot of things and people. Soul Glow, how you doing? Says, you will have a new Jim Jones. Mark my words. They will tell people to drink the new potion. I don't like Kool-Aid. Donovan, on the other hand, this Negro keeps a pitcher of Kool-Aid in his refrigerator, okay? So he might lie, I want some Kool-Aid. It's a new flavor because I got all the flavors, but you say that's a new one. Give me 2 cups. We'll be like, Donovan, no.
I like the flavor red.
Now, you know damn well red ain't no flavor, but we think red is a flavor, right? You do the voodoo you do so well with the red Kool-Aid. Pop said, where is the green gal from Mars with the 2 mouths at? What? Buckhorse says those other planets are not dead. They're just sleeping. That's all. And they may not be sleeping. They just may be out there talking about, look at them fools. And when they say fools, it mean the humans. Scoop, how you doing? Says, I see aliens everywhere in California. And here in California.
Well, you know, how many of you guys saw that movie Prometheus? It gave out the idea that what if the God that people believe in, or this all-powerful being, actually came, well, God came from somewhere. He came from somewhere. So, but in the movie Prometheus, the premise was that the human civilization was started by these engineers, these alien beings. So, I mean, something to think about. I mean, it makes you wonder, everything that we're taught here about God, and, you know, if you're a strong believer, you're a strong believer, but everything that we're taught about God here, and, you know, we're just the only, you know, we're just so smart and we're the only ones in the universe. And now that they're coming out saying there's other species out here, if you believe that, would that actually test your faith?
And what would test my faith? I'm sorry.
You know, if you're a strong believer, and now that they're aliens, you know, they're admitting that there are other species of beings and humanoids out there, wouldn't that test your faith? Because when I saw Prometheus, I was like, that's a good, you know, something to think about. You know, what if we are descendant of some other humanoid race?
Brother Reggie, you wilded.
Well, the wig collection has been here since the beginning of time.
I cannot believe you. Brother Sammy says, what is George Clinton? That's sung about George Clinton that sung about the mothership connection. Him and a whole bunch of other people, right? Carrie says, I do what I can and leave the rest up to the Most High. Besides, we got these white aliens here already. Gil-free, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says, seriously, I saw something mechanical looking that rose out of water while I was walking along a creek in Sacramento. I am not delusional and know fully well what happened. Well, I mean, you know, there's some people say you lying, right? But we don't see everything. Only God, right? He sees everything. He's all knowing and all of that. Not us. Norma says, if it changes the racial dynamics, I welcome aliens. Sherman, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Says the universe is vast. We are not the only ones. There you go. One unique Monica says 60 million miles from Earth. Then how will they perform tests? That's what I said. There's so many variations of what is actually maybe trying to happen. Hoping it don't happen to us, right?
Well, think about this. Okay, 60 million miles away from Earth, right? To us, that's a long distance. So from California to New York, which is about 3,000 miles, that takes about a 6-hour flight, maybe 5.5 if you have a tailwind, right? 5.5 hours for us in our technology to fly that distance, right? And that Habu, the fastest plane ever made, I think they did it in 2 hours. But the point is, this spaceship the size of Manhattan is flying at 3,000 miles a second. So 60 million miles is what? Probably nothing.
Yes, Black Magic. Earth is ghetto and I want to leave. That's actually a song. Earth is ghetto. Yes, indeed. I actually have that on my playlist. Anyway, Miss Tiffany, how you doing? Says, if the original man and woman are black, what are aliens? It's a good question. Maybe they're the original. Yeah, that is true. Are they the original people in the universe? Are we the original people on Earth? Like, what's really going on? We have questions. Tyrone, how you doing? Says, I wonder if the mother plane can destroy these drones. It can. 48 TCO says we need Optimus and Bumblebee on this one. Indeed. Oh, sorry. I was looking at a message that came up. Sorry. Italiarachi, how you doing? Says they can drill 1 mile into the ground and detonate explosives 1 mile in the air, and 1 mile high mountain will be formed. Okay. Let's see. Skipping on down. Sunlight says the Travis Scott story is scary as hell. Is he saying that he was abducted by aliens as well?
Yeah, that was the guy in Arizona that got was that something from the sky, fire from the sky?
Yeah. Oh, you know why? Because I'm thinking about Travis Scott, the rapper. That's why I was like, it makes sense right now. It makes sense. Yes, the fire in the sky, especially when they were sticking that needle toward his eyeballs. Like, ooh, don't do that. Let's see. Gloria says Trump. It says hands turning purple. I saw that. Listen, I seen a meme that was so, I don't even know what it was, but I'll tell you just a second. He says hands turning purple. Maybe it's his relatives coming for him. Seed of the fallen. Yeah, somebody put a meme together because Trump's hand is purple, like a bruise. You know, like white people when they be bruising up, like his hand has got this big black bruise. And somebody put together a meme of Queen Elizabeth, and she had the same black bruise. And they said 2 days after this picture was taken, she was dead. They talking about FYI. Like, y'all, what y'all saying? Woo! Eugene, how you doing? Says good topic. Well, thank you. Sometimes I like to lighten it up, and I don't even know if this is really the light story because we'll find out, right? In October. True. Let's say True Omega Black. I hope I said that right. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Lolo, what's going on with you? Says I just got here, so I don't know if anyone asked, but are the aliens just coming to America? Well, we don't know if they coming here. They said Earth, right? Or close to Earth. It's maybe coming to test to see how we respond to what. I am not clear on what it is. Hopefully it's them folks and how they respond to seasoning on their food. I don't know. It could be a whole host of things. Jamarcus, how you doing? Hope that you are doing well. Let's see. Who else haven't I seen? Shawty, how you doing? Shawday, rather. He says Hebrews 11:3. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were formed by the word of God. So that things which are seen are not made of things. Come on with the Bible. Brother OG says, what if the aliens come and tell us the world is flat and they had to break the dome to get in? I don't know. That would satisfy the flat earthers, right? We told you the earth is flat. Yeah, so.
Well, what about this? I don't know if you guys are into anime, and Dimitra, we go way back. The series Star Blazers. What if they're coming here to warn us, since our planet's being so polluted, that they're bringing the technology so that we can go to Iskandar, where they're from, to get the decontamination stuff? You know, I mean, there's so many things to this.
You're right, rock steady, baby. How you doing? It says Anaki are supposed to be here shortly. They're 7 feet people, black people rather, so they're 7 foot tall. That's why they're scared. Our 400-year curse is up. Yes, I've heard about them as well. I read about them. But yeah, you don't hear them saying too much about that, right? Like, what black 7 feet aliens are you talking about? Right? They sweep them under the rug. But,
you know what happened if there were 7 foot aliens? You guys really want to know what's going to happen if they could find 7 foot aliens like that? Do you know how many NBA teams and WNBA teams would be scouting those guys and giving them contracts?
Okay, well, there might be some aliens playing already. We just never know, right? Detroiter, thank you so much for that. I love and appreciate you. All right, skipping down. Let's see. Sunlight says, I welcome it. Will everything stop so we don't have to pay bills for a while? I'm hoping. Let's hope. Todd Williams, how you doing? Says, if aliens not freeing us from white people, who cares about them? Right now, I totally agree. Just, if they ain't freeing us, just don't come over here and do nothing to us. I'll be chill. How you doing? I mean, like, what else could we really go through, right? I think we've gone through enough. Aliens? Nah. Sanchez, how you doing? Says, if the aliens are coming to run tests on humans, then that means the aliens been here, i.e. white people. So you think the aliens are white people? Nathan, how you doing?
Wait, real quick. FM U18 FZ says, Sam Cassell's been on a recon mission.
And who was that?
Sam Cassell was a rookie on the Houston Rockets and won his first championship in his rookie year. And I think he went on to win 2 more championships later on in his career. But he was this bald-headed guy. He does look like an alien. If you ever see him, look up Sam Cassell and you'll see who he's talking about.
Will do. Nathan, how you doing? Says this is there is a small, short film called Aliens Are Coming for Black People is very interesting, especially the state of the country of a movie which is similar to ours now. All right. I'll have to check that out. I will try. Lillian, how you doing? Says, why they look spooky? Look so spooky talking about the ones that Donovan had behind them. I don't know if that's necessarily them. Chicago News, how you doing? Says there's a Jim Jones flavored Kool-Aid. I don't want none of that. I promise you I don't. Because I know all about Jim Jones and I just, wow, it's a sad story. It really is. Pop says Kool-Aid has Jim Jones flavor name, sweet almonds. Don't want the sweet almonds. Bitter almonds is what it is.
Wait a minute. Didn't him and Chrissy just break up or something like that?
Who the hell is Chris? Ballin'. That one, I don't know nothing about them people, but yeah, his name is Jim Jones. Keith Williams, how you doing? He says they are going to save us from nuclear war. Let's hope, right? Let's hope they come in peace. But that's what To Serve Man was about. These aliens come down and they say, we're going to cure your famine. We're going to free you from nuclear war. You guys won't have to fight, so you can get rid of your weapons and stuff like that. And next thing you know, they're doing a cultural exchange. People will get on the spaceship and you wouldn't, take them years to get to where they need to go. And they're eating the people. It's a cookbook. Says L. Ron Hubbard is returning. Is he? I don't know. Let's see. Breath of Z. How you doing? Says I just did the math. It's only 5.5 hours to travel 6 million miles at come on with the math. 3,000 miles per second. Come on with the math, because I would have never been able to come up with that. So thank you for that. And I would low-key wasn't even paying attention to the mileage. But I'm here. Brother Nine says it's a psyops of what is really going on. The truth is all coming forward. Them folks are mankind, kind of man. Come on now. Says an Adamic, not Adamic rather, because they are distant relatives, ancestry of the fallen. So not Adamic. So basically they're not of, okay, I'm thinking about Adamites, right? Pre-Adamites. Are we talking about the same thing or are we talking about something different? Buckhorse says, remember the movie The Brother from Another Planet? Yes. Angela, how you doing? Says, I believe the Most High God exists. He is omnipotent, omniscience, omnipresent, omnivorous, omnibenevolent. He had a lot of omnis there. Messed me up. I ain't gonna lie. But how you doing today? Michelle, he says, they're saying all kinds of things about Trump with that bruise on his hand. Doctors and nurses chimed in and said it looks like congestive heart failure. They're saying clots and prayers. That's mean clots and prayers is prayers. Wow, yeah, because they said his ankles and his feet, and I saw the pictures like a month ago. His ankles and his feet was swollen up like big, right? It was noticeable when he was sitting down and stuff. And then they said he's kind of like loopy. He's kind of always been that, but I guess it seemed like it's worse, where he's kind of just saying stuff worse than normal. So I don't know. He's almost 82, right? And he has a McDonald's habit and all of that. And, I can imagine being almost 80 and keeping such a grueling schedule. That has to be a lot for anybody. And at this point, I guess when he turns 80, I guess if he stays in office this 4 years, he'll be the oldest president in history. So that's never been battle tested again. Sometimes I'm tired just waking up thinking about the stuff I got to do all day long, but let alone talking to other presidents all over the world and, effing up the country that you run in and jumping on planes and stuff at 80. Yeah, that would take a toll on you, I would imagine.
I just want to think about this. There was a movie, I think it was called Them. Remember where these aliens came in and they were just running around, and if you made a lot of noise, they would like come where the noise is and stuff like that. Another show, Battlestar Galactica. What if these things, if it is a thing, comes down here and we have to evacuate Earth? I mean, what are we going to do? Do we have the technology? What are we going to do?
Nothing. What can you do? What can you do?
A New Hope. We could look for A New Hope. That's a Star Wars reference, by the way.
Okay, we'll come on with the Star Wars references. Or you said Star Trek or Star Wars?
Episode 4, A New Hope, Luke Skywalker, farm boy from, a desert planet.
I honestly only got to the Empire Strikes Back and maybe about Darth Vader, Daddy. I think I saw that one, you know.
Right. Or we could wait for my captain from Iowa, who isn't born yet, James Kirk, to come in, and James Tiberius Kirk to come in and just love the alien ladies down and then take over their ship.
Hey, Bakari, how you doing? I'm about to say James Kirk. He like what? He got to be damn near 90 now. Okay.
William Shatner is 93 years old.
My God. And I saw he's about to be doing something, acting in something coming up. It's also Michael Myers, if you guys didn't know that. Okay. William Shatner is also Michael Myers. For those y'all didn't know, he is. You have to kind of know if you know type of thing. Todd says Space Jam. Y'all tripping. Sherry, how you doing? Says Anunnaki. I think he's kind of spelled it differently. Says are fallen angels and they are white. Y'all better run. Run for what?
Well, you know what? I think John Carpenter really told us about what's going on in the 80s. Remember the movie They Live?
Yes.
These things are running around and they're doing what they do and they're already here. Some of us were procreating with them, not even know it.
Alexander, you crazy. Talk about heck, Mark Zuckerberg is starting to look human recently. For years, he looked like you ain't lying, though. Them aliens from V. What was the tagline from that? I forget, but I remember in the 80s it would come on and and they was like lizard people or something like that. Yeah. And
guess who was one of the breakout stars of that series?
Who?
Freddy Krueger himself.
Okay. Yeah.
Robert Englund.
He
came out of there.
He sure was. You ain't lying. Pop says, I don't appreciate Jeff Bezos' rocket looking like a...
Yeah, if we're going to fight these aliens, we got to come back with some better shapes for our...
They know what they doing. Angela says, speaking of Jim Jones, he was a former FBI agent. I seen a documentary years ago. It wasn't a surprise. Yeah, but the people that was in the People's Temple, they didn't do the research on him, right? They thought he was, telling the truth and all that. But when they had to drink the Kool-Aid, then they was like, oh, so he was crazy, but then it was too late, right? But yeah, absolutely. Herb Garrison, how you doing? Says there's no such thing as aliens. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad states that the original black men are the pilots of the flying saucers. Absolutely. Let's see who else haven't I seen. Humble One, how you doing? Says the aliens are in the sky. Lynette, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. 48 TCO says his feet are giving 7 months and 8 months pregnant. Talk about Trump's feet. I mean, I'm not trying to laugh at nobody, because Lord knows I wouldn't want my feet to be swollen. But yeah, but then again, too, Trump ran around and he just the other day called the governor of Illinois a slob. And your feet look like some swollen sausages. And you calling people a slob? It's like, come on, man. It's crazy. Okay, so Brother Don says, not Adam, not from the dirt, without the breath of life from Yahweh. Says, therefore, soulless. Okay.
Well, I do know this, ladies, and this is for the ladies only. We are going to need you guys' cooperation because we don't have enough people on the planet to fight these aliens. So we need you ladies to be a little bit more cooperative when it comes to the reproductive aspect of what we need. We need soldiers. We can't make the clone army. It's not going to be enough. So we need you ladies to join the team.
You better get them aliens to do it. African native, thank you so much for that. Love and appreciate you. Thank you. Get them aliens to do it. We tired, okay? You treat them like trampolines. Kimmy, I am lost. I'm tired, okay? I've been up since very early this morning, and I'm just tired, but it's okay. I'm going to get some sleep tonight, and then I'll be back to my normal self.
All right, fellas. Okay, look, since they don't want to cooperate, I've got plan B. When the aliens come here, we just throw the women at them. I mean, with all the crap that we got to deal with from them, that should run the aliens off enough.
That's right. What you talking about, sucker? Who you think you talking to? And what we not gonna do is woo, 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 woo. They're gonna be like, shoo. They gonna jump in the spaceship and be like,
the minute that you guys say you gonna pay my bills, they're gone.
Hey, you got $40. You got $40. I need my hair and my nails done. Okay. I know you got some money in that spaceship. If not, you better go suck it out the mint. Sister Shirley, how you doing? What? Worldview. It says, okay, I was gonna say something about your mama, but then that would be mean. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Share girl, how you doing? Says, I'm sorry, but dude got an alien over his shoulder. Look, family messianic said he was coming back. And what dude are you talking about? Talking about Donovan? I'm confused. And I'm sorry, it's not you, it's probably me. Dorothy, how you doing? Says Congress has affirmed that the U.S. is currently in possession of non-human biologicals. Yeah, they did, right? At the line. Yes, King Lee V. Reverend, how you doing? Yep, the series is V, but I'm trying to remember what the tagline was. It was something they would say with it, right? It was kind of an interesting show. I remember it. Let's see. Zuza, and I know I said that wrong, but how you doing? Says, woo, child, the aliens are coming. Can I stay home, please, and thank you? You may not have a choice. Zenobia, how you doing? Says, peace and love. Peace and love onto you as well. Al, how you doing? Says, is that Starship Enterprise coming too? It may be already. Donovan has it in his house. I've seen it. Donovan has a whole replica of the Starship Enterprise in his house. I kid you not. I would not.
Hey, Donovan is like Noah in the old days. I've been telling you guys to get ready. I've been built my starship ready to go. I'm getting up out of here. And guess what? The doors are closing.
You just save some room for me, okay? For me and my baby. We need to be on that starship. Hey, I don't too much like height, so don't go too high. Just enough to go so the foolishness can't reach us, right? Kenneth, how you doing? Says they are black people that's coming to this planet. They told the space shuttle, don't come back here. Well, you know what? I like to believe that. And I like to believe that they're friendly. I really do. It all remains to be seen, right? Just trying to skip down because I didn't realize I was so far behind. Michelle, how you doing? I got to the bottom. Woohoo! Okay, so let's see. So Brother Eddie says, so Donovan's place is a real Area 51. I would say so. I think it could classify as Area 51.
Well, you know, you don't necessarily retire from the military. You're always subject to recall if the stuff gets bad. So they got to keep me up to speed. And I am an Embry-Riddle graduate, so I do have certain ideas that the government looks at.
Right. So
I'm trying to solve this mandatory DNA upon birth situation.
All I need you to do, brother, is come by here. Okay, come by here. When it's all said and done, we're gonna be right out there at the cul-de-sac. We're gonna bring a backpack. We don't need everything, just a backpack. And I can do like Tracy Ellis Ross, wash my drawers in the sink. Okay, just don't forget about us.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna zoom up to Professor Smitty, pick that family up, and we're out of here.
There you go, and I'll be waiting. Brother OG says, give the aliens some of this new weed. They'll forget why they came. They may or may not. Yeah, maybe I need to have some. Believe it or not, I've never smoked weed a day in my life. I know that some of y'all be like, no way. But I swear.
You've transported it, but you've never smoked it. No.
I did no such thing. Not willingly, I didn't. Let's see. And Ali says, I guess Mork from Orc is on his way too. Yep. What was it? What was it? Nano? Yes. I used to love that stupid little show with the I think I had the suspenders and everything, right? Because he wore the suspenders.
that had the button on it, the spin with the buttons.
And they had the rainbows on them. That means something else now. Lillian says, we're going to be, it says, and you have a couch on and some wine. So we're going to be at home drinking. That we're going to be doing. Scoop, thank you so much for that, love. It appreciate you. He says, we better take that spaceship. I bet the government give us our reparations then. Yeah, hopefully they coming to, you know, get for our check. Maybe Martin Luther King Jr. on there. We're coming to get our check.
Well, it's just like what the black women are doing after the election. They're watching the world burn. You know, that's all we can do. So if they want us to participate, you got to cut the check. But then again, if there's an alien invasion, remember, our money is faith-based. It's nothing but paper. So would a check really be something that we would want?
Right. I need them to go and put a little something, holes in the mint.
Give us a land or something. We need something tangible.
Put it right to the treasury or the mint. Okay. And a hose and suck all the money out. Be like, thank you.
Yeah, but it's paper. It's really, it's worthless now. It's just paper. We need tangible. Diamonds are worthless because you could grow them in a lab. So either give us Alaska, some kind of land base. That's what I would think if they want us to help stop if there's a mad invasion, or we just sit it out.
I'm telling you, I've never have smoked weed. I've never done drugs outside of a prescription. Never. I never have.
Yeah, me neither. And isn't it funny how people do not believe that? Yeah, there are people. I've never done never had a desire to do anything like that. It's just because, and for me, I can speak for myself. I have never seen a movie or a radio show where the person did drugs and everything turned out all right. Even if they were just casual, they still had some kind of problem. And I was watching a video the other day, and the cop stopped this black woman, and she goes ham on the cop because she got stopped, right? Even though she had her tag was expired, even though she knew she had paid it, the tag was coming in the mail. So he didn't know. How would he know that unless he stops her and asks her the question, right? She's going ham on him immediately. But because he smelled weed in the car, it gave him probable cause to continue, and he ended up getting her on a disorderly conduct. This is how they're getting us, you guys. All these people that, weed ain't no big deal. It's getting a lot of people in trouble. And all you people that keep talking about, weed's legal, you could do it. Go up to a cop with the joint in your mouth and see what happens.
So, True, you say you think did he grab his ears? And of course, that was Robin Williams. But then he play Mork? Yeah.
Mork the Mork.
Mork, yeah.
And what was the show that spun off from? You got to know this. I know you do.
I do. I just don't remember because I'm old, right? That was like
Happy Days.
Oh yeah.
Happy Days.
You're right.
With the Fonz, remember that he visited the Fonz and stuff?
I remember now. I told you I'm old. Okay, I was born in the 70s, 71, closer to 60, the 60s. Okay. So thank you for that. Let's see who else. Michael, how you doing? Said they're already running tests through chemtrails. That's why I stay in the house. Samira,
didn't Prince say something about chemtrails?
Who?
Didn't Prince say something about chemtrails?
I'm sure he did. It's probably why he ain't here no more, because he knew too much, right? No, but for real though, no, I ain't never. I've never done drugs. Believe it or not, I haven't. Jewel, how you doing? Says the time is up, and they know it. They know it. This is why you hear them talking about alien BS. Stop lying, white people. We are woke now. Absolutely. Let's see. Just skipping down to who I have not seen. Brother Jesse in the building. How you doing? Hope that you are well. Pam, what's going on with you? Said it was Mork and Mindy's spinoff. Yeah, see, Mork and Mindy. What did I say it was?
You said Mork and Mindy.
Okay, guys. You know, I'm tired today.
She's tired. She started early.
I got up very early today. Scoop, thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Love and appreciate you. Says I never did no drugs or sold any in my 54 years. Now, I ain't never sold no drugs either, okay? I never have. I never participated in that lifestyle at all. But with the last 5 minutes that we have here, the question I asked earlier is, what in the hell is going on with Cracker Barrel? Now, admittedly, I've never eaten there before. Just the name kind of, you know, but I'm like, these white folks is really mad. Now, what happened was, I guess the new CEO took off the took the man in the barrel. I was gonna say took the man. I guess he was white. I don't know. And that's sitting in the chair by the barrel. They took the man in the barrel and the rocket chair off the sign. It just says Cracker Barrel. And they got mad and they talking about they tanking the stocks and they not gonna eat there and all this other stuff. Now that's some white folks might win because I can't think of too many black people who eat at Cracker Barrel. But I guess they said the man being removed from the sign is too woke. So I saw a meme somebody posted. It was Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, and some of the other black food characters, if you will, that got a makeover due to, you know, I guess the woke movement. And they said, "Welcome, Cracker." They was in heaven, right? It was a picture of them in heaven. And they said, "Welcome, Cracker." Like, why y'all mad? They took us off the box and gave us, you know, Aunt Jemima a perm and all that other stuff. And now y'all mad because they took the white man off. It's the weirdest thing to me. And I thought, man, did they stop serving mayonnaise there? Like, why they mad?
Yeah, the funny thing is, you'll be surprised. Cracker Barrel was very big in the South with the grits and stuff like that. A lot of black people do eat there. It's almost like going to the Waffle House, you know.
I just never wanted to eat a Cracker Barrel. Never appealed to me at all. Just, I don't know. I've seen it, but I've never wanted to eat there. Like, I just like they got some good vittles in there. I just need to go on in there and see, you know, what they're doing with the salt and pepper. I never wanted to eat there. And now I really don't want to eat there because if people like them people eating up in there, what they doing to the food, right? I mean, it was a white lady too that took the man off. So it wasn't like it was some brother and some sister came in there like, these white man got to go off of this. It was a white woman that did it. And so they're accusing her of being woke and DEI and why. I'm like, man, I've seen some petty people, but them folks are petty. That's y'all boycotting because they took the white man off crazy. I don't even know what to make of it.
But isn't that the same as when they took Aunt Jemima and kind of cleaned her up off of the syrup? People lost their minds on that. Uncle Ben got taken off the rice. I mean,
let me see. I'm gonna tell you exactly because I saved a meme because I was gonna post it, but I was like, nah, I might get in trouble. Let's see. I'm gonna tell you exactly who they took off if I can find it. Because maybe I deleted it and I, you know, was like, nah, you might not want to post that.
Synovia Verarly, see me if I said that wrong, 3229 says, my friends like that place, Cracker Barrel. Mike Nye says, I don't want no crackers out of a barrel. Kimmy Rochelle, excuse my language, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, it's like Waffle House without the fight.
Right. They could keep it, you know. I like I said, I never.
Oh my God, you guys are just, oh man, you guys are just as bad as we are.
I see them mad about it, and I, for the life of me, don't understand why they're mad. It's very perplexing to me. But you know, they want to be mad about that. Be mad, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because y'all see, your girl is hanging on by a thread. Just want to make sure I acknowledge everybody before we leave. Shan, how you doing? Says hello, Demetri K. Hello, Donovan. How are you doing today? Tired, but we're here. We are here. Also, Andrew said they are racist. I had issues with them. They delivered. Did you read that one? They deliberately made me wait for our food, and it says they had the audacity to bring us some burnt chicken. You don't burn no black people chicken now. It says I told them I will pay for it. He says I left, hadn't been back since. Yeah, that's one thing about me. Now I get to eat. Now, I don't eat in their places too often, to be honest with you. It's rare, right? But they get that. My daughter tell I bring her here right now, and I say, how am I when it's going to other people's places to eat? And she'll be like, she weird. She weird. We'll walk in, and I'll feel like and I'll be like, nah, we gotta go.
I can attest on an international flight. You guys ever see that episode of Sanford and Son when they went to Hawaii and Fred brought those wings he made at home and stuff in the greasy brown bag and stuff? Demetria brings all of that with her. She has like wipes, everything. She don't want nothing off the plane, nothing.
I don't know where I got that from. Just kind of, you know, I'm finicky when it comes to my food. who's serving the food, all of that, right? I'm not one of those people that we go out to eat. I ain't gonna eat that. My aura be telling me, you know, my discernment be like, when I get there, I don't eat here. I'm scared, and then we'll leave. Anyway, love and appreciate every last one of y'all. But see,
just before we go, you guys, do me a favor. If you guys kind of want to get into this, Google it, look it up. It's a real thing. I mean, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people aren't aware of it. But if you do not exercise your Second Amendment rights, I'm not saying you have to do it. If you don't want to do that, that's your choice. But something is better than nothing, because we don't know what this thing is out there. And let's say it's nothing. Now, at least you got a Second Amendment weapon to protect you and your family if anything does come down. So, yeah.
Bye, Molly. All right, see y'all tomorrow. I have a little bit more energy, I think, tomorrow. So in the meantime, you guys have a great day. Peace.